What's up guys, today we are checking out Spring-Summer 2023 menswear shows. So this video is gonna be a bit different in a way that I'll be covering multiple shows together. So I won't be going through much of the details per certain look, for instance like I did in the recent Prada collection review. For today I picked 5 menswear shows that in my opinion were more or less influential and received much of the attention. Alright, let's get started. First show we are gonna take a look is Kim Jones Dior. He's actually really busy guy. He's leading Fendi women's wear line together with Dior's menswear. Looks like Kim got super weary about his work and constant travels. He must have dreamed of vacation in a countryside and relaxing in a garden. So, for his latest show, he recreated Christian Dior's Granville Villa and the Charleston farmhouse into a set. To give you guys more details here, Granville Villa is the place where Christian Dior spent his childhood in Normandy, and Charleston House was once the home of 20th century artists who were members of the infamously bohemian Bloomsbury set. Those two houses, connected with a real-life garden full of flowers and grass, can be interpreted as a connection between Kim and Christian Dior. The collection was packed with double-layer shorts, backpacks, also camo jackets, fancy gardening hats, and Dior ankle-length wellies. One of my favorites were knit sweaters based actually on the artworks of Duncan Grant. If I'm not mistaken guys, Kim Jones is a big-time collector and owns these artworks from Duncan Grant. Much of the collection was done in light sage greens, dusky hazards, and petal pink. No doubt these hues were a reminder of Christian Dior's love for flowers. Alright, so do I love the collection? Well, probably yes, but to me it seemed rather commercial and also profit-oriented collection, rather than innovative or revolutionary. For sure, I loved what Kim done in this collection. We all love great outdoors. He took hiking gear and all the functional wear and gave it original Dior spin. But as you know, hiking and functional gear, definitely nothing new. We've seen it a lot lately. In terms of styling details, I loved the way Kim combined beanies and shades. So he done this first in his pre-fall 2022 collection, inspired by the novel On the Road by Jack Kerouac. Last but not least, it was really good to see a new continuation of Kim's beloved Dior staples, the bar jackets and the oblique tailoring. Alright, let's have a look at another menswear show from Paris Fashion Week. So at Givenchy, Matthew Williams designs the set in survivalist mode. Models emerge through a white mist walking in the water. Now, first of all, let me say that Matthew Williams is kind of a special case, alright? So it's like people either love him or hate him. So sometimes his collections get a lot of hate just because they don't like the guy. I mean, I'm really neutral here. I like what he's doing though with reality check of high fashion. So his approach to fashion is that everything should be grounded in reality. So that looks you see on the runways should be existing also on the streets. Alright, back to the collection. Now he presented a lot of heavily branded sportswear, subverted school uniforms and motocross leather. As Matt said, the inspiration of the collection was different people around him like musicians, friends, etc. and elements of Melrose and California where he spent time as a kid and now takes his son to shop. Overall collection was just okay. Matt tried to get out of his comfort zone of blacks that obviously did not go that well in my opinion. For sure, I expected more just because the previous collection from Givenchy was pretty good. On the good side, it was interesting to see how Matt presented uniform-like tailoring slashed at the knees, just like distressed denim. Alright, so as mentioned already, there was a lot of heavily branded sportswear and low slung trousers styled with chunky padlock jewelry. Now, too much attention and critics went to the fact that overall the collection was heavily branded. Matthew was asked about this at the end of the show, and this is what he said.
Why did you feel you needed so many?
Because
we have a beautiful logo because our logo hasn't been changed in 70 years, and I just love it. Yeah, I love wearing it, and then that's it.
Yet another collection that, similar to Givenchy, did not get much appraisal was Prada menswear collection. For the full review of this collection, you can check out my recent video. Alright, so with Spring-Summer 2023 collection, the designer duo Miuccia Prada and Raf Simons focus on what's important when it comes to fashion, the fundamentals of dressing. So they call this collection Prada Choices, as it celebrates simplicity as a concept and as a choice. What it means is that simple classic garments are brought together to create unusual and exciting combinations. Long story short, the Spring-Summer 23 collection is an expression of choices. So there are many classic pieces that designers can make their choices from. Those garments themselves are simple, but when designers put together, the end result becomes something exciting and unusual. Altogether, the collection was solid. As expected, Miuccia Prada's trademark minimalistic style was there alongside Raf's ever-useful approach. A lot of critics went to this collection just because everything looked super simple and easy. Well, in my opinion though, the collection checked all the values of Prada, such as minimalism, discreet elegance, classic but slightly eccentric, and fine craftsmanship. Regardless, the collection left much to be desired. Personally, I loved full denim looks a lot, especially minimalistic approach to styling and details such as striped collars. Yet another surprise and drama for Spring-Summer Fashion Week came from Owens, specifically his use of colors such as hot pink, bright yellow, and purple. Before getting into details, let's rewind a bit back to the collection influences and inspirations. So, as Rick posted on his YouTube channel, the inspiration of this collection comes from his recent trip to Egypt. He named the Spring-Summer 23 collection EDFU after the falcon god Horus. So this was clear to see in the looks with heightened shoulders that resembled falcon wings. Rick Owens made his show super exciting by having a crane hoist one by one 3 flaming orbs and then drops them into a fountain at the center of the Palais de Tokyo. Alright, let's go back to the unusual hues of this collection. So, as Rick Owens explained, he was blown away by looking at those ancient Egyptian temples that have been built by one civilization, seized and altered by another civilization, and then unearthed by another one. So, as Rick said, it's reassuring somehow. Things pass, there's a conflict, violence, seizing, but all works out at the end. Over all this time, good has always triumphed over evil, just enough to keep us alive. So those unusual hues can be interpreted as a celebration that good always triumphs over evil. Another interesting segment of the collection was the one with robes with face covering hoods. As Rick explained, he devised it during his stay in Egypt. Overall, no doubt great collection. Compared to previous strobe show, here bodysuits and shirts have gotten bigger and the silhouettes are either tightly cinched or large and released to float as far away from the body as a garment can. Alright, Louis Vuitton Spring-Summer 23 collection was special because it was kind of transitional season for Louis Vuitton menswear division. This collection was the brand's final celebration of Virgil Abloh and his legacy. It was designed and overseen by Louis Vuitton in-house team and all the people who worked for Virgil Abloh. And for sure they did a great job. They managed to capture Abloh's style and aesthetics without the man himself directing the collection. Titled Strange Maths, the collection explores imagination and reality, the way childlike fantasies come to life. So Virgil Abloh's fascination for boyhood was a central theme of the collection. Set design was also heavily influenced by Abloh's love of 90s skater culture. Overall, the collection was pretty impressive. Each look was special and unique its own way. Because Virgil loved animated characters, the collection was full of cartoonish aesthetics. We saw a lot of interesting looks, for instance such as paper planes landed all over a black suit as a kind of 3D embroidery. There was also folded paper hats reproduced in luxurious white leather and a coat decorated with the contents of a toolbox. Probably everyone noticed models with Louis Vuitton sound systems strapped to their backs. No doubt this was inspired by Abel's love for music and architectural design. Those French Impressionist fields of poppies and wildflowers looked unrealistically beautiful. Overall, the collection was simply amazing. What a great final performance for the legacy of Virgil Abloh. I don't know if anyone can dislike the show. Alright, so we covered 5 fashion shows today, and if you like this format, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below, and I will make sure to do part 2 as well. So I will review more fashion shows from Spring Summer Fashion Week. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.